So it's been a hot minute since I filmed. Yes, I did cut my hair off. Yes, I also did a bad dye job. Hi, glad you're here. So the Reading Rush is happening very soon. The Reading Rush is a week-long readathon hosted by Ariel Bissett and Raylene LeMay. And basically it's just a time where we all come together and we read as many books as we possibly can. Now, there are 7 prompts, which means if I do a really good job, I could read 7 books in 1 week. But that's a lot of pressure. So I'm gonna do the best that I can, and I have some short books on this list. Also, another exciting thing is that this is the very first year that the Reading Rush have also had a Reading Rush journal. In this Reading Rush journal, man, I should be like their commercial person. In this Reading Rush journal, you will find wonderful pages where you will have suggestions from Ariel and Raylene about what to read, as well as the challenges with reading, Instagram and Twitter sprints, and then journal entries where you can write about your thoughts on what you read today and record your progress. If you are a type A personality, this is exactly the type of thing that you enjoy. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and I'm gonna go through the challenges and just tell you what I'm gonna read. And the first challenge is to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. So I am a November baby, which means that my birthstone is topaz or yellow. So lucky me, I had a yellow book on my physical TBR shelf, and that was Olive Kittredge by Elizabeth Strout. So one thing that you should know about this book, besides the fact that I did indeed get it 50% off from Barnes & Noble, is the fact that it is a collection of short stories that center around Olive Kittredge, a retired old schoolmistress who has made a lot of influence in other people's lives, but she is upset and a bit cantankerous about the fact that life is changing, the world is changing, modernizing, and she's not happy. So this is an in-depth study of both Olive Kittredge and her influence as a teacher, as well as just kind of an expose on small town life and the resistance to change that can sometimes occur as you have to move forward in life and people want to stay in the past. It has gotten excellent reviews from like award people. I think under the sticker it says that it won the Pulitzer Prize, so that's extraordinary. And also Oprah called it perceptive, so this one's gonna be great. The next challenge is to read a book that starts with the word the. So not too difficult of a one. Lots of books start with the. And I was able to pick one I've been wanting to read for a while. The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. So basically, this is a classic children's tale of our precious bunny here, Edward Tulane, who unfortunately goes missing from his little girl owner who loves him so much. It's a story of love and loss, but it's also a story of Edward on his different adventures as he's lost and trying to be found or find his way home. So I have a feeling it's gonna tug at my heartstrings, and that's what I love, guys. So looking forward to this one. Challenge number 3 is read a book that inspired a movie you've already seen. This one was fun, and actually there's not a ton of movies that I've seen but haven't seen the books that were based on, but the one that I decided to go with was Hidden Figures. So this movie was phenomenal. I hung on to every second of it. Basically, it follows these incredible, intelligent Black women who worked to help America during the space race using like math skills. So they were Black mathematicians, and their book focuses on 4 and all that they contribute to help America win the space race. And I just find so much wonderful about it. First, it's a story that needs to be told, but besides that, it's also about women empowerment and women in STEM. It's beautiful. I need to learn more about it because frankly, the movie was not enough. I have students who have been inspired to become astronauts now because of the movie Hidden Figures, and I want to read the book. So I'm looking forward to that one. And next we have read the first book you touch. So I'm gonna do this live with you, and basically I'm just gonna show you like 4 nonfiction books from my physical TBR that I wanna read because I've been all about nonfiction books lately, and then, well, pick one with my eyes closed. So my options are Sagittarius, all about the Sagittarius sign. How to Read Literature Like a Professor, which is all about analyzing literature and being better at that. I have Mastering the Process by Elizabeth Gilbert, which is all about the craft of writing. And then I have How to Get Over a Boy, that besides being a book about helping someone going through a breakup is also kind of a female empowerment read that is like a magazine on the inside, like so pretty. So I'm gonna shuffle these with my eyes closed and then just randomly pick one, whichever one gets to be on top. So that was bad timing for my camera storage to be filled, but I assure you the one that was on top was Sagittarius. So yay! I have been wanting to learn you can't see what I just did, but it was bad. Anyways, I have been wanting to learn more about my horoscope, and it's also very short, which is so good for a readathon. In fact, The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane is pretty short too, so that will definitely help. All right, the next challenge is to read a book completely outside your house. So for this one, I'm planning to go to my nearby park early in the morning after I do my daily walk. I'm gonna just sit underneath a tree, hopefully while it's still cool because Georgia is hella humid, and read. Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. This is a graphic novel, that follows our main character, Freddie, who is dating a girl named Laura Dean, and she's toxic. And then Freddie goes to see like kind of like a fortune teller person, and basically is told that he needs to break up with Laura Dean. And so it's all about the toxic relationship and then making the decision to end it or not. I think this is such an important book. I think that young adults need more books about toxic relationships. It's a graphic novel, so I'll be able to read it quickly. And yeah, I'm just excited that it exists, and it's kind of chunky. And Ariel Bissett read this book for the same challenge last year, reading a book outside. So you know I love to follow in Ariel's footsteps. Ariel, I love you. All right, next challenge. Read a book in a genre you've always wanted to read more of. So that's gonna be poetry for me. I'm always saying I wanna read more of it and never making the time for it, which is dumb. So for this challenge, I am going to be reading Sea of Strangers by Lang Leave. The back says, if they were meant to be in your life, nothing could ever make them leave. If they weren't, nothing in the world can make them stay. So it's called poetry and prose. I can't really infer just from looking at it like what the theme of these poems are gonna be, like if anything particularly ties them together, but it's definitely like internet poetry, so short. And usually internet poetry is driven by relationships and emotions, which I adore and I think I will definitely love, and it'll be a short one to read as well. And the last challenge is to read a book that takes place on a different continent than where you live. So for this, I chose I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. This story takes place in England and follows our main character, 17-year-old Cassandra, who wants to be a writer, and so she's practicing by writing in her journal. The story is basically a story of her growing up, as well as kind of coming into her own as a writer, since Camp Nano takes place at the same time while I'm going to be doing the reading rush. I'm going to be writing as well, and I think it'll be nice to be reading about an aspiring writer while I, an aspiring writer, also write. So overall, just a really sweet coming of age story that I'm going to enjoy. And there you have it. Those are the 7 books I'm aspiring to read during the reading rush. If you like this video, be sure that you hit the like button. In the comments below, let me know if you've read any of these books, what your thoughts on them were, anything like that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I post new videos weekly, usually. That's going to be it for now, bookflowers. Thanks for stopping by.